All right, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G. Back at y'all on the episode of Running With You. And today we got to run it about being submissive for women, and they equate it to slavery. Um, a lot of women believe that showing any type of submissiveness is basically showing superiority to their man. A lot of women believe that you should be in your boss babe era, and you shouldn't be showing such behavior towards a man. A lot of women believe that being submissive is being the biggest pick me ever. A lot of women believe that even if you are in your soft girl era and a man is paying for everything, whining and dining you, you have a soft, easy life. Cooking, get a chef. Cleaning, get a maid. Tending to the kids with homework and getting them together for school and things of that nature, get a babysitter, get a tutor. A lot of things women used to take pride in, a lot of things women know were a gender role. These days, they don't subscribe to that. And when it comes to gender roles, they want everything on a man to still be a gender role for the man and be traditional. But on their end, they want things to be more modern. So they want the man to protect, provide, secure, be masculine. Don't be feminine. They want the man to have all these different gender roles that's been ingrained in us since the beginning of time. They want us to adhere to all these same things. Meanwhile, they don't want to adhere to none of their things. When it comes to being submissive, oh no, different time. When it comes to them acting more masculine, oh no, different time. But they don't want us to be feminine, which we shouldn't. But you see how that goes? When it comes to paying all the rent, paying all the bills, we still got to take care of that. Our money, their money, their money, their money. So it's it's just a different time that we're in. I think being submissive, I think women see it as literally being on hands and knees when a woman greets her man, showing that she's opening up the door from him getting from work and just saying, "Here's your plate, master." Like, no. If a man is at work 8 to 12 hours a day and you is at home, there's nothing wrong with cooking, having food ready for when he gets there. If you know he gets off at 5 and he's usually home by 5:40, go ahead on and get his plate set up around 5:30 and says, "Are you still going to come home on time?" Okay, have the plate ready. Nothing wrong with that. I don't see what's so hard about that, especially if you don't pay any rent here. All you doing is just staying here. You're getting protected. You're getting provided for. Why would you give up that when, if you don't have these things and you're living amongst yourself, you're going to have to pay rent and cook for yourself anyway. And if you don't cook for yourself, you're going to have to pay for it when a man could just pay for all that. And it don't have to be every day cooking, every day cleaning. It don't have to be that. People just go to the extremes of all type of examples. Within the real world, this stuff is very much capable of being done at a efficient and a way that works out for both parties. A man getting a load off his back, not having to worry about doing dishes, cleaning up the house, doing laundry, cooking his food. All he got to do is just go to work, hit the gym, do all the things that's necessary for him to become better and become better for both of y'all. Meanwhile, all the other little things that's, kind of will take up some time for him. He don't have to worry about that. And that's where you come in and just make life basically easier for him. Meanwhile, life is easier on you because you don't have to pay no rent and have that burden on your head every month. But instead of just, catering to a man, and realize this is a gender role, and realize, okay, if you want to keep a man, you could get a man, but can you keep a man? A lot of men gonna lust after you, but how many will take you serious in an actual relationship? And how many of those men that are getting in a relationship with you, how many of them are feeling like the juice is worth the squeeze? How long can you retain that man? That's the question. Make no mistake about it. A way to a man's heart is sexual access and his stomach. So as long as you can provide both of those things and simultaneously bring him peace, that's all he really cares about. Most men the same. We real simple. Sexual access, peace, having dinner ready for us, we cool with that. Not being a headache after we didn't went out and fought the world to provide for us for the lifestyle you living. We don't. The last thing we want to do is come home and have to fight with you. But it got to be for a man that deserved that, and that got to be coming at your discernment. But even when a woman selects a top tier man, they still feel like they don't have to adhere to these expectations of theirs. And these top tier men are typically going to want these expectations because they're not going to settle for less, because they have options just like you. Just like you will replace the thirsty guys that's in your inbox and want your attention, those top tier men that you actually want, these guys can replace you as well. Being submissive is not slavery. And that's another thing. Like the submissive, the word itself, in the real world, in real life, if there's a black couple out there and they're thriving 10 years plus, 20 years plus, being submissive to her man ain't what a lot of women think it's really like from the outside looking in. It's not being on your hands and knees serving him soon as he's coming home. It's not, making sure the house is spotless and everything he drops, you just got to sweep it up right behind him. It's not that. It's just basically making sure the house is pretty much intact for the most part, making sure, dinner is cooked every, 3, maybe 4 days. Some days he might cook. Some days y'all might get takeout. Some days y'all might go out to eat. So those days alone, days like that, there's going to be days where you're not going to really have to do that anyway. It's going to be days where you're sick. It's going to be days where he's out of town. The average household, making things work and being, for the most part, fair with each other. It's going to be days where he going to do the dishes. I think when people hear these things, it just automatically make them have a certain perspective. But in real life, it's really not that. It's just two people kind of basically knowing their gender roles. Okay, I pretty much got to take care of this. You pretty much got to take care of that. I deal with the kids. I deal with keeping the house clean. I deal with cooking the food. I deal with the groceries. You deal with providing. You deal with protecting. No one job is harder than the other. I ain't one of the people who gonna sit up here and say, "Oh man, a girl just got it easy. All they gotta do is just sit at home and just make sure they cook and clean." Like cooking and cleaning behind a family, 2, 3 kids, a grown man, yourself, like that's not easy. Laundry is not easy. Cooking for all those people is not easy. Getting the kids up for school, getting them from the bus, helping them out with homework is not easy. So I'm not one to say what your general has it harder. But at the same time, it just works when both people understand what they bring to the table. But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Is this new generation where women making their own money, making their own choices, want to be boss babes, want to have soft lives, but at the same time don't want to, hold on to their traditional gender roles. Like, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. If you like the video, go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. If you'd like to see me react to anything, go ahead on and hit up the email, nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. Send any reaction videos. If y'all have any ideas that y'all would like me to speak on, go ahead on and hit up the email. Until next time, I'm out.